Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Campfire Stories. A couple things to go over before we start our big adventure. First off, Curse of Strahd Chapter 1 is 4 views away from 100 views. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much. Share it around. Let's get to those triple digits. And we're so happy and we're so excited for you guys to see more of what we have coming out. Second, and Caitlin, I don't know if you want to go ahead and take over this, but we may or may not have a third campaign coming to the stream soon.
We do. We will be playing Waterdeep, where there's plenty of magic items and mystery, possibly murder and mayhem. But it's going to be a lot of fun, so you guys should tune in.
And of course, Caitlin will be our DM for that, so you're going to get to see another one of us take the big golden chair.
My wife!
It is promising to be a lot more lighthearted of a campaign than what you're about to step into.
Tag yourself. I'm Mayhem.
Alexa's also very tired, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Incredibly tired.
But that is it. So, please, join us by the firelight as we continue our tale. And I do believe that we left off at a very interesting moment in time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you see, after just coming back from the first level of the Dreadnought Caverns and returning the magical tinkerer's tools to the armory, you all had your fill of food and drink. Some of you tried to eat fire. And eventually, a night's rest came over. Arlo's dreams were filled with what seems to be this continued story. It feels more like a memory. Ellie, on the other hand, your dream feels a little too real. And as you stand in the middle of this summoned circle with your plate armor on and a long sword at your side, a quivering half-elven lady looks up towards you, and you survey the scene around you, a kind of open field in front of what seems to be collapsed ruins. An adventuring party being attacked by these large, imposing, demonic figures. She merely looks up at you and says, Chosen of the gods, please, help us. Now, it's an interesting thing how this spell usually works. You are not typically given a choice of what you do. But you feel your free will in this moment. And your initiative goes directly after hers. So, what is it that you do, and what is it that you want to know?
I would like to look around, know where I am, try and figure out, like, when this is. I guess she wouldn't know if this is a dream or not. She would assume it is, given that she still has her arm.
She very much has her arm. In terms of when, the best you could assume is the time of day. And taking a look, it is just kind of cresting past afternoon. The sun is starting to die down. But there's still enough light to very clearly see what's around you. there is a man, flowing blonde hair, wielding like a two-handed bastard sword. He is being flanked on two sides by these demonic creatures. There are two of them. And there are two other people off to the side, one of which seems to be completely passed out. Cold, you cannot tell if they are unconscious or dead. But they are covered in blood, kind of short-kept brown hair, seems to be the youngest of the troop. And there is another one, kind of like a lightish red-skinned tiefling that is standing over them. Seems to be pulling in this lightish green magic from the trees around it to help this person.
Help the person on the ground?
Correct.
So I get the vibe that this person is essentially, like, attempting to heal.
Yes. You don't know
how
whether
far
the heal is
away
going
am
to
I?
work or not.
Far away am I? From everybody.
You were about 20 feet, I would say, from the action. So the fighter taking on these two demons. You're about, I would say, 55 feet away from the wounded one and the person trying to heal them. It seems, you can also give me a perception check. And yes, I am going to ask you to use the stat block provided.
So it would just be plus the wisdom?
If they don't have a bonus to their perception, then yes, it would be just plus to the wisdom.
It doesn't specify. So I'm just gonna say no.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get you some help.
So I rolled on the dice a 16.
Okay, so your wisdom is a +2.
So 18.
Yes. So with an 18, you can see kind of drag marks from the centralized sort of area of this field over to where the unconscious or dead person is with the healer. So you get the feeling that they have probably moved their party member out of the way and are kind of letting the fighter deal with it. He's decently holding his own. These two demons are damaged, but they seem to be grabbing the upper hand here.
And so, sorry, so I'm 55 away from the dead person. How far away am I from the fighter?
You're about 20 away from the fighter.
Okay, I cannot get to the unconscious person to be able to actually do anything. So I'm gonna go to the fighter because I can get to him. I'm gonna fly that way.
And you do the kind of you go to walk and you find your feet leave the ground. These kind of white feathered wings appearing at your back as you fly towards him. He kind of spins his sword to look at you, and the half-elf on the ground is like, "She's here to help! She's here to help!" He goes, well, as much as we can get, I suppose.
I'm gonna land. I'm gonna attempt to land, because you're saying he's flanked. I'm gonna attempt to land back to back with him. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's flanked on kind of like left and right. So you would have to move one of them out of the way in order to...
Then I'll just land behind one of them, so then this one's flanked.
You've started the conga line of death. Very good.
I've started the conga line of death. I am then going to attack
Very well.
with
Go
my long
ahead
sword.
and make your attack. I will say, because I've looked this up earlier, but then I have to look it up again.
The spell attack modifier to hit.
Correct. So their proficiency bonus is +4, so this will be a +7 to attack.
That makes it an 18 to hit. Wait, I'm flanking. Do I get advantage?
You do get advantage.
Oh. +7? 22 to hit.
Ooh, okay. Now, forgive me, everybody, for this being weird. I need to move so that I can see the name of this thing, so I can pull it up. Bro, this is on... Okay, fine. Fair enough. So you said 21? Or 22?
22.
22. 22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
This is... Max damage. 18 radiant damage. I think it's radiant. Yeah, radiant makes 18 radiant damage to this fucker.
18 radiant damage to the fucker.
Is he still up?
Your sword comes down as it does like a streak of white light as it just impacts with like the back of its shoulders, kind of trying to sever the wings off of this thing. It is resilient, and it did take a shit ton of damage as it kind of punctures in. He is still standing.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Go ahead and do so.
Natural 20.
Go ahead. So that is going to be, remember, the maximum that your weapon can do.
Which is 18. Wait, but that's plus modifiers. It's a D10 before modifiers.
So it's okay. So it's a D10. So it's 10 plus your modifier,
Which is the plus 8.
which is the +8. So 10. So 18, and then you roll your D10 again.
2. 20 damage.
20 damage. This thing is looking stupid rough. As like, instead of taking your sword out and like going for another hit, you just start like sawing through this thing's back. And
I'm
you're getting pretty
then-
far down.
That's all my attacks, but I'm also going to, because I attacked somebody, I'm then gonna give this fighter 1d10 temp HP,
Okay.
which he gets 7.
He gets 7. That is great. Yeah, this kind of light from your just glowing brilliance and a little bit of hope that there's someone else who has entered the battlefield that might be able to sway this. The fighter seems a little bit more healthy. Kind of stands and says, "Ah, good to see someone who can wield a sword as well as I can."
And Ellie's just gonna think to herself, how the fuck can I wield this sword?
Yeah, you have no idea. This comes pretty naturally to you, but you're like, I didn't know I could do that. You know, news to me.
Ellie's really confused, but in her head she's just like, there are people who need my help, I'm going to help them.
Now, Ellie, I would like you to roll me a luck check to see whether the party members go next or whether the demons go next.
18.
That's pretty damn good. So I'm gonna go ahead
I would
and say
like
that
the party to go first.
I think that you would as well. So, way this is going to work is that I should probably have dice out when we play this game. Where
You know, it might be useful.
Hello there, my LED dice. I take you out when I am DMing.
I'm using the Terry and Darrington dice.
Wait. Get it? They're LED.
Uh,
I had that thought. There was that momentary pause before the D, and I'm just like, Ellie dice? Pardon moi.
Pardon.
Okay, so, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a death saving throw for our fallen comrade. That was precarious as fuck. Okay. The tiefling who kind of kneels next to this fallen young person just kind of goes, "Please, Wild Mother, give me strength." And pulls, as you can see, kind of a tree behind them, its leaves start to change almost kind of like autumnal colors, but faster than normal, as it just pulls this light green beam from it and forces it into the chest of this kind of young person. And you see them, "Are we? What?" It's like, I don't know. Stay still. I think... Oh. And they're just kind of starting to gain the bearings of their situation. The fighter kind of releases this, "Oh, okay. There's a possibility. And now you fuckers." And is going to attack the same one you attacked, because he is technically flanking. And is going to... will still hit. And he is two-handing his longsword as well. For a total of 9 points of damage first time. Let's go ahead and see where we're looking. Oh, there's a possibility. He's going to attack again. Oh, that's definitely going to hit, but let's roll anyway just to see if it crits. And with that, this kind of demonic creature is distracted by the fact that you are trying to saw its back off, and temporarily kind of looks behind and screams at you. And as it does, this guy just takes the opportunity to, like, hit with the blunt end of his sword into the gut and make him kind of keel over, takes the sword overhead, and just clean slices this thing's head off. And then it is the remaining demon's turn. That is where I need... Okay, again, this is going to be terrible. I am sorry. I need to see what the plus is to hit. And then I can make everything look better. This thing is going to take off in flight. And is going to... It's going to circle around the fighter. So it is going to leave your threat range, Ellie.
So he gets opportunity attack?
If you would like to use your reaction for an opportunity attack, you may.
Of course. He gets away.
You take a swipe at this guy, and he's just very nimble and like snakes its way around, and is going to actually back up away from him out of the fighter's threatened range as well. You notice that he kind of looks back at you, Ellie. He is not going to use his reaction. But let's take a look at what this thing decides to shoot. Ellie, do you want to be evens or odds?
Odd.
All right. He's going to shoot you in the face.
The demon or the fighter?
The demon is going to pull out.
May I make
this,
a?
like?
I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think that's Danny's first time ever picking odds.
Oh, it might be. It's going to pull out this kind of brass crossbow, and you notice the bolt in this thing looks weird, like it's coated in some sort of a material. And it is going to shoot you for a 26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that fucking hits.
Natural 19 on the die. I was like, woo! It is going to be 11 points of is piercing damage, I assume, yes. And let's see which one it wants to do. As this bolt kind of fires out and impacts through your armor and kind of like into your shoulder, it's an interesting feeling. You can feel the pain in your arm, a feeling you haven't felt in a very long time.
It went through the arm that I lost.
It went into the arm that you should not have. And it's painful. Oh god, it's painful. There's something that is burning the inside of your arm. I am going to need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is going to succeed. I don't have this many dice on me, so I'm just going to use an online roller.
Pardon moi? I don't got many hit points, babe.
So halved, that is going to be 9 points of acid damage. As this thing just, like, burns and eats away at the inside of your arm. You marvel at the fact that you can feel pain in your arm for the first time, but the novelty of the situation wears off very quickly for you as you realize, oh god, that hurts. But back up at the top of the round, the half-elven person gets up. He goes, one down. Okay. And she is going to run to the other side of this demon. You can see that she looks quite injured. And she is going to kind of pull back the cloak on her hand, and you see a scarred and ashen burned arm. And the fighter looks back and goes, you don't, okay? We're winning. And she goes, we're gonna win. We are going to win. And you see the arm, it looks like it burns more. And smoke rises from this arm as the flesh becomes more cooked and the bone becomes more noticeable. And she reaches out and plunges her hand into this thing. Oh, good for flanking, because the original was a natural 2. But this does hit. It is an upscaled to 4th level inflict wounds.
Yeah.
So that would be, what, 2d10 plus an extra 3? Is that what inflict wounds is, or is inflict wounds...
Level 1 is 3d10 at level 1.
God, inflict wounds is so good.
So this should be like 6d10.
6d10. 6 plus 8 is 14 plus 8 is 22 plus 4 is 26. We got 2 more.
I think so.
32, 37 points of damage. This thing is not down, but it is freaking absolutely feeling this surge of necrotic energy just absolutely wreck its insides. And then it comes next to you.
I'm gonna go towards it. How far away am I from it?
Oh god, like 15 feet?
Okay. Just for the hell of it, because I can fly. I'm gonna fly there. And I'm gonna attempt to, as I'm landing, I want to land on it with the sword.
Absolutely. Super Smash Brothers Link down smash attack. Let's do it.
Yeah. And I would still get advantage because I'm flanking?
I mean, you're currently
Or no.
flanking with the ground because you're above it.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
So I think it would just be a straight attack.
17 plus stuff.
17 plus stuff, I believe, is
Whatever.
going to be enough.
Whatever their
Yes.
modifier was.
17 plus stuff is going to be enough to hit this thing. Go ahead and roll for damage.
14 damage. Radiant damage. They still alive?
Now, they are still alive. However, and I was supposed to do it with the first one, but I didn't do it, and so I'm not going to do it, and that's proper DM shit right there. You know, I'm a Magic the Gathering player. You miss your triggers, you miss your fucking triggers. However, this one's not going to miss its trigger. It is going to use its reaction, because it is now currently below 15 hit points. And it realizes that this battle is pretty much done. And so it is going to scream this just terrible to hear scream. And then its eyes are going to light a flame. And then its body is going to light a flame and explode. Which means
He self-destructed.
he is going to self-destruct, or as the stat block likes to call it, explosive retribution.
One way to go out with a bang.
You're not wrong. Can I get a dexterity saving throw from you? And I'm going to do one for the fighter and for the cleric as well. Oh, fuck me!
What?
Sorry, y'all. That was fully out of character. There's a goddamn thunderstorm going on right now outside, and that was the loudest fucking lightning bolt I've ever heard in my life. And for those of you who don't know, who are kind of new to this whole thing, I have a huge phobia of thunderstorms. So, not great. We're going to roll some dexterity saving throws. Somebody out there failed theirs.
It was me.
The fighter succeeds his quite easily. Honestly, his dex is quite high. And then the cleric fails theirs.
I failed mine.
You failed yours?
Yeah.
Okay. You are going to be taking 2d8 fire, 2d8 thunder. So let's take a look at fire first, which is going to be 4 points of fire. And 7 points of thunder. For a total of 11 points of damage.
I ain't looking too hot, but I'm still up.
You are.
Oh shit, who's not? I gotta go
Um,
heal. I think it's the cleric.
Fighter kind of puts his shield up in enough time, it scorches a bit of his face, but he just kind of pats it out, and he's like, we did it. Oh, we did it. Cirilla, good thinking. Did not know that you had that spell. Takes a look around and just sees this half-elf lean back, and you watch, almost kind of in slow motion, as she falls back, hits the ground. You wake up.
No, I want to help her!
When you're unconscious, you can't concentrate on spells.
Oh, fuck.
And
I
you
wake
almost
up.
feel, instead of that feeling of, like, lifting up from your bed when you wake up from, like, a crazy-ass dream, you feel almost like you slam down onto your bed.
I think Ellie just is genuinely trying to figure out if that was a dream or if that actually happened. And if that actually happened, in both instances, how did that happen? She also just wants to know what happened to them.
Give me a medicine check, real quick.
Okay. $21.
It's really difficult to find out, like, if that was real or not on a psychological basis. But you realize there is something that you can check to see if that was real. Well, your arm, which your arm is currently detached and is on the bedside table beside you. But you reach up to your face with the one flesh arm that you do have. And you can feel a slight burn mark.
It was real. Oh, fuck. I don't know what to do with this information.
And at
Ellie's
this point,
up for the day.
Yeah, at this point, you're probably the first one up. The armory kind of calls you down because, you are the artificer, and kind of it's like, well, if you're getting me up, you might as well fucking help put some shit together. And the rest of you will wake up eventually to find a greeted morning. And that Ellie is already up and at 'em.
Morning.
Is there breakfast anywhere?
Hey, we've got some food.
Great. So we're gonna grab a banana or something, take a seat, and then just begin poring over a book that none of y'all have ever seen before.
Okay.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
Is that the person who killed you's book?
No.
Well, where'd you get the book?
Didn't I
like
just
books.
say, don't? It's mine. You don't have to
I
worry
like-
about it.
I didn't realize we got to bring shit with us. I probably would have brought a thing or two if I knew that.
Yeah, I would have. I'm not mentally stable enough for this conversation.
Okay,
right now.
all right. A long time ago, a friend very dear to me had this book. Last night, I recreated it with magic.
Oh, fair enough.
What?
Okay.
That's a
You
good
coulda
enough
just- Yeah,
explanation
you
for
could have
me.
just said that, and then this would have avoided this whole argument.
I'm still
We're gonna-
learning this.
Hold on. We're gonna just accept that as an answer.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned why the fuck Ellie has a giant mark on her face.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Book, Mark wins. What?
I don't actually know.
You just woke up that way.
Well,
Did you? Are you roasting marshmallows in
I-
your sleep?
no. I had what I thought was a dream, got injured in the dream, woke up with the scar.
Wait. What do you...
Are you a sleepwalker by chance?
No.
Or a- Roasting of marshmallows, or
No.
Can I
That
see?
I. Do
The
you have
dream.
any medical information? Oh, you want to see the dream?
Yeah.
How?
Sit down.
No, I don't want you fucking with my brain.
Okay.
I don't know. You'd have to explain this to me before.
Well, I'm
For
not.
that
I'm
happen.
not entirely sure how it works myself. I just kind of have a feeling I can do something.
Well, start with Arlo then.
Okay.
What are you?
Arlo.
He seems
first of
like
all,
he seems
first
like
of
the
all-
kind of person that if this does damage, he can take it.
Arlo, don't say a word. Just focus on one thing, and one thing only. Can you do that?
Uh.
I said don't say a thing. You already failed. Great. I kind of like put both my hands on the side of his temple, and first of all, I cast Detect Thoughts. Second of all, I cast Mind Sliver, and just basically like take one of my hands and pluck a single strand and pull out like a silver string-like material that is a thought. And just take it and read it. Arlo, what does that say?
I don't know if I can trust this bitch.
I they just
That's
starts mumbling to
fair.
herself about like, well, I guess nobody cares about my dream. That's fine.
Now, you see, I've seen this. I don't want you in my brain. So now, like, in the dream, it was like... It's hard... Would I have heard of the spell, Kira? Would I have read about it in my readings?
This is gonna be fairly high DC, but go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
$25.
You didn't really have a lot of times to like study the runes, and you didn't hear the verbal components of the spell before it was cast. You were there as it was cast. But you know what a summoning circle looks like. This was some sort of conjuration spell that summoned you there to help. And you know, because of the
So-
proximity, it was definitely the elven cleric lady.
So, like, I fall asleep. But then, it's as if I wake up in a summoning circle almost to this person saying that essentially, like, oh my god, that worked, we need your help. Except it wasn't me. I had my arm. I haven't had that for a while. And there was this adventuring party that summoned me there, but I don't know why. I don't know how. But once the person who summoned me got knocked out, I woke up. And in it, I got injured. And that's... I don't... None of it makes sense.
Doesn't really sound like a dream at all. Sounds like you were pulled from the hells into a mortal body.
Well, I didn't really have the chance to look in a mirror.
At this point, the armory kind of comes around with, like, full meat slabs. Like, charred meat slabs. And just kind of places them on the table. He goes, breakfast is... Where'd you get a fucking food from?
I summoned it.
Sure. Anyway, sounds like you guys had a bit of a fun time down there in the dreadnoughts. You're all still alive, which is a fucking marvel. But so the Spider Queen, huh? You got about down as far as we did.
You know, it really wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. We all made it back fine. All of our limbs intact. Well, all the limbs we already had, at least.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a little insensitive.
Like,
Yeah, it should be alright.
Yes, you really
Well,
want to
yeah, I
work
got
on
no
being an
other
arsehole in
choice.
the 9 hells.
No, it's fine. I've learned how to deal with the jokes.
Well, you had it back for a night, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
congratulations on beating the first level.
Have you ever... No, never mind.
What? Well, if you got something to say, lass, say it.
No, I was gonna ask you a question, but I don't know if you're the right person to ask.
I might be able to point you to the person.
Do you know about summoning circles? Specifically from holy people, because I think that's who they were.
Summoning circles from holy people? No, I can't say I've interacted with a lot of holy... Well...
No, not in
depends.
that way.
Hold on, right? Because you're thinking of someone who can use magic who's devoted to a god. I suppose that's what you're considering a holy person.
Yeah, I think that's who they... I had a dream that I was summoned, but then in the dream I was injured and I wake up with the scar.
I do know some people who can use magic because they're devoted to a god. However, I think it is interesting to let you know that in Strikegeist, you're probably not going to meet a lot of people devoted to, like, Helio. Or...
It was the, No, the other one was the Wild Mother. I don't know who this one was devoted to. But it was also above. Which is why I'm so confused. I had my arm. And, like, not gonna lie, it was so nice having that back.
Well, so look, I got up every once in a while to kind of check on you guys because I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. As far as I know, you never left your bed.
That's why I'm so confused.
So it seems like this must have been more of a projection? I mean, let's not, you know, set aside the possibility that it may just have been a dream. But if you're so sure, it could have just been like a, you know, your mind in the body of this thing.
Or maybe you burned yourself in your sleep and then just made up a dream about it, like your subconscious just filled it in.
I still stand by the marshmallow theory.
Well,
You bet.
given
I've
the
got the
fact...
marshmallows.
No, I take my arm off when I sleep. It was not attached, so I couldn't have done anything arcane to burn myself.
You're aware that fire exists outside of magic, right?
Well, then one of these fuckers burned me, because I didn't.
That's also a
I looked to
possibility.
Sybil.
Why would I be the
Okay,
one?
okay. It was me. I was roasting marshmallows last night.
Did
And you
give me
burned
my
me?
fucking marshmallows? Well, guess who owes me a new bag of fucking marshmallows now?
The gist of the matter is, if you can point me towards one of these unholy people, I just want to figure out if it was real or not, you know? It seemed so real. I've had it gone for years. I know the difference between pain and phantom pain. This was pain.
I've got some errands to do. Okay, because we have a tournament coming back to this city. It hasn't seen in about 15, 20 years. So, I've got an office I need to go to talk to some people. Come with me, and I'll show you some points of interest.
Thank you.
He kind of gets his armor on, slings a very massive battle axe over his shoulder, and it kind of clinks into place behind him. Grabs the lead lockbox that held his tinker's tools in it and just kind of shuts it, relocks it, carries it under his arm. He goes, "Follow me, don't stray, and just shut up and listen." As he kind of takes you guys into the center of town. Yes?
Question really quickly. In that the whole time in between, like the eating and the talking and him getting all his armor on, could that have counted as a short rest?
You guys have had a long rest. You slept.
Yeah, but I
You
just
see,
cast
she wants the
spells.
spell slot back.
Yeah, I would say breakfast takes about an hour, so sure, let's go ahead and
Okay,
say
thank you.
you got
I
your
only
shot.
have
Ellie's-
two.
Ellie's tangent was definitely longer than an hour.
Oh, for sure.
It's that instance of, like, she's just dead set on it, of just wants to know if it was real.
Plus, there's a lot of slabs of charred meat in front of you, and it's definitely burnt. Like, this is well done to burn. And it's still not bad. You know.
Can I turn to I think I'll turn to Arlo and just say, so I was kind of joking. I was joking about the whole marshmallow thing, but the armory and these meat slabs.
What are you getting at?
I mean, we don't know where this burn came from.
I really doubt he would just maim her for the sake of maiming her.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I am no wizard or magic user, but looks a bit off. Not like she just burned herself. Maybe there's something in truth in what she's been saying. Maybe she really did get summoned back to the mortal realm.
I mean, I did, kind of.
Exactly. And I've been having rather strange dreams myself. Not like I've been summoned to another world, but remembering things that aren't quite so clear. Things that I feel like I did, but can't quite remember fully.
Nope, you're on your own on that one. I mean, I haven't been that.
And Arlo, you do take something away from your dream as well. Because you remember being able to do multiple attacks. You remember being able to just force this person to the ground in one swift motion.
I was much stronger in this dream/vision.
The one thing that you take away from this, and it is actually something that I would like you to add. If you have your character on D&D Beyond or something like that,
Oh, I do.
I would like you to add the character flaw I should be stronger.
Okay.
Ooh.
You can interpret that as whatever you want. You can make it as important or as little important as you wish, but that is there as a result.
Okay.
Getting character flaws now?
Yeah, hold on, Kira. That's so cool.
That's so
What?
awesome. That's Should keep in mind for the viewers listening as well, we have 2 extra stats.
Correct.
Oh, that's
we are
right.
currently using the honor and sanity stats as the optional rules, which those are in the player's handbook, and I don't think people use them enough. They're so fun.
Oh, I didn't know those were optional stats.
Yeah. That's the sanity table as well for that I've been making you guys make sanity saving throws for. Those are in the player's handbook.
Oh, I love this campaign.
So as you guys
I
continue
finished
to walk
my tea.
past, he goes, "All right, so these are the main places that I know will be sending in representatives to fight in the tournament. You have Rosamund's Coven, a sort of incredibly powerful and honorable coven of vampires. About 15-20 years ago were finalists or winners, and there was no middle ground. Since then, kind of just been known to hang out in the bars, occasionally grab someone from the material world to act as their drink, and then toss her back on whatever street they found her. But their pride is not something to be trifled with if you want to keep your lives. Second, you've got the Warped Fists Fighting Pit.
Sorry, warped?
Warped Pit Fists. Can you understand my accent?
No, that was Danica. Sorry, I'm trying to write it down.
Yeah, fucking out-of-towners. Warped Fists...
Listen here, you little shite!
Hey, that's not bad. Warped Fist Fighting Pit. These are absolute fucking animals. There is not a thought in between those brains other than rip, tear, punch. Just destroy everything in their path. I see you. He kind of points over at Arlo. See, you've been making a couple trips down there now.
Made a good bit of coin while I was there too.
Not bad. Not bad. Let's hope they haven't been paying attention. Don't want to give away any of your battle strategy now.
There's always room for adjustment.
Good.
Never fight the same fight twice, I say.
I think I've bet on the right nightmare on this one. And last of note, I'm sure there'll be stragglers here and there looking to make a name for themselves, but the last of note is Monk Monastery up by the hill. Close to the portal to Dace. Is the Monastery of the Bleeding Bastard. You don't think you'd see a monk monastery in the Nine Hells, let alone Strikegeist, but typically keep to themselves, quite good in battle, and they're probably one of the only people who will ask if you want to surrender. Others will just kill you.
Good to know.
You guys get to what kind of looks like a... the closest thing Strikegeist City's ever going to have to like a bureaucratic office. It's a very tall, multi-structured building. He just kind of opens a glass-paned door, that looks like the glass doesn't originally belong to that door. Like this door has been repaired and shattered multiple times. Slight tiny little pieces of sharded glass litter the floor. And over to a receptionist's desk. You can see this kind of like weird, very oily and like secreting mucus lizard person. Yes, Danny.
I was gonna type it. I was just gonna say I love how even in hell somebody's taken the dirt job of having to be the receptionist.
Cause that's fucking hell,
You
man.
gotta do the paperwork, man. And he looks over and sees the armory walking up and kind of puts this webbed hand on the desk and just litters the top of this desk with this kind of mucus-like slime and
Oh,
stands
that's
up.
fucking right there.
He goes, Armory, I haven't seen you out of the bar in years. He goes, I newly reinvigorated. Tell me, is he in? He goes, yeah, he's in a meeting. He's always in a meeting. Let me see what I can do. And kind of with a speed that you don't normally associate with these kind of slimy creatures, just slithers up a staircase. And then there's a little bit of a wait in which you could ask any questions you have or try to make any observations of things. Is there anything basically that you guys want to do while waiting for this slime lizard to come down?
He reminds me of that. In my head, I'm just picturing the guy from Monsters, Inc. The weird lizard who then in the prequel, he only squints because he can't wear his glasses.
Mm-hmm. Randall.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Randall.
It's kind of like that, but somehow grosser. And they just come back down, place their hands up on the desk again, and kind of pushes themselves up. He'll be seeing you and your new party. And with that, he just pulls the battle axe and aims it. I'm done with that. But these ones here, they've lit my fire again. And he sheets it. She makes no audible, like, you can't really catch like a visual thing off of her. This creature is hard to read. But just kind of sits back in the desk. He looks both at you. He looks at all of you guys and just kind of motions you up the stairs. And he's like, "Watch the slime."
All right, like I said, fucking rancid.
Aye, but one of the best paper workers in Strike Guy City.
Do you have slime-proof paper?
Well, I don't know. I don't work here. I do know that she can do 20,000 words a minute. Seen that hand go fast, and look, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thought about it myself, but I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We're about to meet the coordinator for this tournament. Simply known as the Mouthpiece. And this man, well, you'll see. He's taken umbrage from homage, I guess you could say, from surface-dwelling people, and it's become a bit of a fucking annoyance, to be honest. And as the doors kind of open as you're approaching them, these two kind of double doors with an archway, inside you see a blue-skinned devil man, horns that kind of loop around the ears a couple times, almost look like one of those pretentious hoop earrings before you realize that they're attached to him. And he seems to be talking to what looks like a beginner warlock through the smoke of a genie lamp. And
That's
Interesting.
cool.
you just see him and say, "I'm sorry, my friend, but until you have reached the lower levels, I cannot provide you with any more spell slots. But thank you for talking, and we will meet again." The smoke kind of dissipates. He goes, "Oh god, I need a drink." Kind of slumps back in his seat, looks up at the armory. Huh. Okay. Sure. Come on in. I didn't know I was entertaining people again today. Walking in, doors kind of shut behind you. He mage hands over a whiskey glass. No ice, filled to the brim. It doesn't seem to like spill whatsoever. And you just see him down the entire thing in one go. Leave the thing upside down on his desk. He goes, "I tell you, being a warlock patron is a terrible thing. You have to deal with so many people asking you, can I have this, can I have that? I don't have nearly enough spell slots. What if I want to change one of my invocations? And, well, all they've done is raid a kobold camp, please. So, what can I do you for?"
I'm just gonna pat Sybil on the back and kind of push her to the forefront.
"Yes, my dear. And, I see you've taken the confident step forward. How can I be of service?"
First of all, Arlo, you hear in the back of your head, "Fuck you." But I guess we're here for the tournament.
Tournament? We haven't had a tournament. And you just see the armory slam the lead box onto his desk. Unlocks it, spins it around, pushes it towards him. He goes, "No shit." Lifts it up. "So how'd you get it?" And he just kind of gestures over to you guys. Well, they completed the first level. Okay, but when you say completed, you mean like they found
Every bit of it.
Pardon?
Every bit of it. Big fucking spider and everything included.
Spider Queen.
Mhm.
Aye.
You managed to get away from her?
Oh, no. They fucking murdered her. Took everything there was in there. And here we stand, unscathed.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check there, Arlo.
I have a plan if you fail it.
I do not think I failed it. I just have to make sure I'm not subtracting 3. 18.
He kind of looks at you and goes, Well, you might be embellishing the story a little bit, but you did come back with the tools. And I know how far your group got there. So, interesting. So what you're saying is the tournament's back on.
Aye. And we're all wanting to participate.
Well, I'm 100% down for you guys participating in our glorious Stridegeist tournament, the remake of the Stridegeist tournament. Ooh, no. The revamping.
Sequel.
No, that could be the sequel to the tournament. I can see the banners now. They would be glorious. They would be beautiful. They would be expensive. Now, I have no problem with you guys participating. The only thing I would need from you is a sponsor and a name.
I just point to the armory.
You have our sponsor here.
Armory just kind of nods and he's like, I sponsored them in exchange for them bringing back my tools. And I've supplied them with some basic weaponry and armor. And of course, if they've got the coin for it, might make it a little bit better. But we still know I've got one prize weapon waiting. Very well. Get your prize weapon ready, and whatever you're deciding to call yourselves. Because I'm not sticking 4 names up on a board all squished together. No one's ever going to read that. Folks, it's all about branding. Okay, tough crowd. You know what?
We'll get back to you.
Sorry?
We'll get back to you on a name.
Very well. Until then, I believe I have an announcement to make. Armory, my man, you've done a good thing here, and you four, well, if you're stupid, at least you're strong. And if you're weak, at least you're smart. If you're both, you might just win this thing.
I think you can count on it.
I like that. I like confidence. It makes for great death cries that we can use in the replays.
We'll see.
He goes, I'll get them ready. You get the announcement out. And, we'll start this thing.
When is it going to take place?
He's, oh, my dear. I can tell that you're itching to get to killing. But, we need to make the announcement. We need to make sure that all of the places with regular combatants are very aware of this. We have to get advertising and merch and... I would say
These
we
types
have it
of
ready in
things
about
take
a
time.
week and a half.
That's all I wanted to know, thank you.
Of course.
As we're leaving, Sybil does like a double take. Also, 2 spell slots, 2, and you're complaining that they're complaining to you. It's fucked up, and you guys don't share enough, and I leave.
Give me an insight check.
I'm not too good at those, I'm gonna be honest. That is a 21.
That is a 21. You see his eyes narrow just a little bit as he just kind of takes in some information about you. Can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Ooh! Unnatural 20.
Okay. What specifically about your warlock powers are you the most frustrated with? And Be as specific as you can.
Progression.
With your patron as well.
See, the thing is, we might need to talk about this separately because I don't exactly know what my patron is.
Fair enough. This will be
Look,
something
I don't
that
have
may
a
or may not circle
relationship.
back later anyway, so
Okay.
I can grab that information off screen. But you all kind of come down the multiple flights of stairs, and the like lizard person kind of like cocks their head at you guys and is like, if what you're saying is true, I look forward to the bloodshed. I will get the waivers drawn up. Everything is great around tournament time except for the bitching afterwards. And Armory just makes no reference towards this, and heads out kind of into the center street. He goes, I will world's your oyster, I suppose. But Miss Ellie, got something to give you before you head out. And hands you a new attachment for your arm that is the pistol attachment that you have been working on with him.
I have gun.
You should call it the armory.
Oh, God.
Apparently, when Alexa's sleepy, she just thinks in puns, for the record.
When Alexa's not sleepy, she thinks in puns.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
never a
that's
time where
epic.
you're not thinking in puns.
It was just
You're right.
It was just the pistol, right?
Correct.
Was it?
However, this cannot
one was
be... God damn it, I'm only going to add fuel to Alexa's fire. But this cannot be disarmed from you. Basically, the weapon cannot be dropped, cannot be stolen from you, unless, of course, they just take the whole thing.
Yeah. Was this the automatic pistol, or was this just the pistol?
This is just the pistol.
Awesome. 1d10.
With, I believe, the loading property as well. It does take an action to switch between your hand and the pistol, but
Okay.
that is the drawback of never being able to lose it.
Question.
Yeah.
Would this be the equivalent of a handgun?
Oh,
No, it's an arm
damn
gun.
my God.
It's the whole arm.
She's armed.
She's
armed.
She's armed. Oh, man. Oh, shit, she's
thank
packing
you.
heat.
Thank you so much. Also, were you able to point me in the direction of the holy, unholy people? If there are any, potentially. Just somebody... Maybe the best way I can phrase this is somebody you would trust to not kill me.
I wouldn't trust any of them to not kill you. I mean, like...
The one you would trust the most out of not trusting them to not kill me.
The one that I would trust the most out of everyone
Yeah.
in the coven is the coven leader herself. And she very rarely leaves home. So,
Who can I talk to?
go to the bars! They hang out there all the time with their feeders.
I don't want to deal with them again. I don't like them.
Well, you don't fucking get both now, do you? We don't hand things out on silver platters, Miss Princess. You've got a fucking gun for a hand. You want
No,
something,
it's-
you want information, take it.
I'm gonna go to the bar. Who would like to join me?
Okay.
I'll
That
join
sounded
you.
really white woman. I can't let me restart this. Nope, we're just gonna go with it.
I'll go with you. I do have a few requests from our friend the armory here.
Aye.
I am in need of an enhancement. Are you familiar with mortal gladiator weapons such as cestus?
Aye.
I'll be needing a set of those and a helmet. I also have a few ideas on how we can all make ourselves a bit richer here. Now, we may need to take a few actions, but I have a long-running experience in this trade. In your first fight, if you're confident you're going to win, you want to play up the card of the underdog. We want to smear our names in the city, make us seem hopeless. That way all the bets are against us. So when we do come victorious, we put all of our money in on our side, and we come out with massive wins.
All I have to do is arm wrestle. And nobody'll think I can do anything.
Well, this one's not just meat, is he?
Had a few years in the business.
You want to look like a
Fade
gladiator, so I
giggles.
can make you look like a gladiator.
Sade giggles at not just meat.
So
And I suppose we'll be needing a good sounding name for our group.
Aye, doesn't have to be a good sounding name, just has to be a name. He's not gonna put, the mouthpiece is not gonna put just like all 4 of your names on the board. Oh, and I promise you this, you can not come up with a name, and he'll give you one.
I think that is the last thing we want.
I think it is too. But
I have a
for
few
now,
ideas.
drink, be merry, go fuck with some vampires.
Oh yeah, let's take a stroll, shall we? Go meet your friends.
Not my friends.
Oh, they might be when you're done.
2 things really quickly. I didn't clarify this morning, but I want to clarify I cast Mage Armor on myself. Second thing is as we're getting closer to the bar, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
And I'm still gonna be like a pretty small frame because it can't change my height. But like a little redhead. And this might sound weird, she's gonna have like a very pronounced like vein, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you do that 100%. You have like a low neckline with just some juice going on.
Ew, ew.
You know, a little
Yeah.
heartbeat action.
Yeah. You guys make your way into
Wait,
what?
No.
Sade is hesitant to go into a bar.
She is. Does she go in?
No. She starts turning in the other direction.
You're not coming with us?
Oh, yeah, bars just aren't really my scene.
You were in one a day ago.
Yeah, but
They're not mine either. I'm just here for the information.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm sure that the Nine Hells isn't quite your scene either.
Or, I mean, Arlo, you could wait out here with her.
Sure. I don't give a fuck either way.
What do you guys decide to do?
I'll
I'm
stay
going
outside
in.
beside.
So
I'm
Arlo,
going in.
you and Sane kind of stand outside while Ellie and Sybil, Ellie looking for answers and Sybil looking for fucking trouble, head in. The Devil's Dozen is a light with activity, games of chance, bar fights, drinking. It smells like a fucking pig's ass in here.
Madam DM.
Yes.
Hi, could we play for 30 more minutes?
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet.
The only table here that looks clean and untouched by the grime and shattered splinters is that almost kind of dead ahead in front of you, but on the other side of the bar, these very pale, very calm looking, what you assume to be vampires, a different feeder than the last girl that you saw previously. This one is kind of like a athletically built male human, tanned skin, bit of like the beginnings of a mustache beard combo, and much like the girl before, is fully glassy-eyed, staring straight forward, not making any sounds or movements, but very clearly still alive.
I will say in like the back of your head. So what information are we trying to get exactly?
I'm just trying to figure out who the right person to talk to is.
I don't think that they're going to be able to help with your holy shit going on personally.
No, I'm trying to find the holy person to talk to.
I don't know that there will be any.
That's why the armory was confusing me.
I guess we could go, like, try to get close and listen on what they're saying, mate, for just a second.
Sure, and then maybe I can ask the bartender.
Yeah.
How do bars work?
Okay, just follow me.
Okay.
We will go directly up to the bar, and I will order both of us a drink.
Yeah, absolutely. What you can only describe as like an ice elemental humanoid person. The closest thing I guess you guys would have to this is you've never seen an ice genasi, but that would be the closest words you'd put together to form this being. His head is kind of flat at the top. This giant grin that kind of comes from side to side. I wouldn't even say ear to ear. Thin neck strand. And mostly humanoid body. Kind of comes over. Well, hi there, guys. What can I get you?
What's the strongest thing you have?
Ooh! The strongest thing. Ah. You're looking for the Devil's Dozen. The Devil's Dozen Special, I do believe so. It is packed with arcane energy, as well as some plants that may or may not be poisonous, depending on if you're weak.
I'll take 2.
I like you. Sits kind of, glides back, and you can see behind the bar, the kind of whole floor has been iced over, so that he can just travel super quickly. Yeah, it's a skate, essentially.
I turn to Sybil. Poisonous to those that are weak. I am weak.
Well, you should have said something sooner.
You just gotta look at me.
Weakness isn't just in physical strength.
My mind is incredibly strong. I am physically very frail.
I'm also kind of, well, I'm just not that strong, but...
We're... You know what? This will be the true test.
Mm-hmm. And are there, like, any bar stools or anything?
Oh yeah, there's still a couple that haven't been cracked over someone's back.
Okay, cool. I will take a seat in one and just kind of like press my back up against the bar and angle myself to keep an eye on the vamps.
I will mimic.
Go ahead and give me perception checks, both of you.
How's your wisdom?
Not bad. My perception's +3.
Okay, I think that's about what mine is.
I see nothing with my natural 1.
Oof.
I'm real concerned about this drink.
You are so concerned. You are like, as much as you are like watching the vamps, you also kind of like look back because you want to see how this drink is made. There are a lot of various liquors going into this cocktail shaker, some of which have names that are not written in common. Actually, most of which are not written in common. You see he, like, at one point just puts a surge of, like, arcane energy into the shaker itself and plops 2 berries in right at the end before starting to shake. Sybil, what did you roll?
16.
16. So you notice 2 things. One is they are sitting there. Obviously, they have no glasses. But they do order what seems to be like just water. That one occasionally like puts into the mouth of the feeder.
Mm-hmm.
On the feeder, you can see that there are bite marks. But other than that, no damage. And there is one vampire who kind of sits back. She has like the stereotypically blood red hair that comes down just kind of above the shoulders. Like the ruby red lips that contrast with the pale skin, has taken notice of you.
I will match her gaze.
Her gaze begins confused. She's looking at you and she's very confused. And then, when she sees you very obviously clock her, she just kind of sits back very regally and does not take her eyes off of you.
Okay. I'm gonna ignore that for now.
Alright. Do you break eye contact with her at some point?
After like a solid after I realize she's not going to break eye contact, I will feel very conflicted about it, but I am playing a character right now and I will break eye contact. But like bashfully,
yeah.
like
She kind of, after the corner of your eye, you kind of see her smile. She leans in to a male vampire beside her. Just kind of whispers something. A little too far away for you to hear.
if only I had observant right now. Damn it, I wish I was Amara.
That's our Curse of Strahd campaign. You guys should watch. And at one point, the bartender kind of comes back to you with these 2 cocktails of like a icy blue layer with like a purple layer at the top. It is smoking of something. Doesn't seem like it's on fire or anything, but there is a thin line of smoke. And he goes, alright, that'll be 7 silver each, please.
I will give him 2 gold.
Ooh, good spender. That extra money will get you nothing. And
Well,
he just kind of puts it into his lapel and skates off to his next order.
Cheers.
I am 100% going to need Constitution saving throws from both of you.
Oof.
Is this against a disease or being poisoned?
Yes! Absolutely yes it is.
Good, that was an 8.
I want to say I have a +2 to Constitution. Yeah.
16?
16 and which one?
18.
18. Sybil, you feel this thing, like shoots through your entire body. Everything tingles. And you're like, is this good tingle or bad tingle? And right now, nothing seems to be bad.
Okay.
Ellie, you cannot feel your toes. Like, your toes on your feet have gone completely numb. And you are genuinely worried because you felt the same tingle, like, in your left arm fingers that you did in your toes before your toes became numb. And so you're thinking it's only a matter of time or like an extra sip if you're not careful that you probably can't feel your fingers either.
It's kind of good.
It's delicious. Absolutely delicious.
I can't feel my toes.
Oh my god, Ellie, I thought you weren't weak.
This could have gone so much worse, but
Okay, well,
I
need
just
you.
can't feel my toes.
I'll say this, like, silently, it's one up in my mouth. I need you to at least pretend to be drinking right now because I've caught at least one of their attention.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
You can see that the guy that she was talking to, this very, like, long, ghostly white-haired guy, like, hair matches pale skin. The hair seems to kind of flow as if air is being blown, though there is none. Each of them wear very kind of almost regal attire, like suits that seem to have like an emblem on them. The girl wears kind of like this strapless black lace-adorned dress. The guy that she was talking to clocks you for the briefest of seconds as, like, she kind of leans in. And he looks up, goes back to talking with her, and the nightlife of the bar is around you. What would you like to do?
I don't know. I don't know why I did this.
Yeah, why the fuck do you look like that?
You said we were here for information. I don't want to look like myself trying to get information. And they're
vampires. Yeah, I don't want to fucking be here right now.
You're the reason we're
Should
here.
I just, like... Yeah. Should I just, like... ask that bartender where a fucking church is?
Sure. Ask the bartender in hell where a church is in hell. Go ahead.
They have betrayer gods?
Can I go ahead and get stealth checks from both of you? And after the very loud in hell, Sybil, could you make that with disadvantage, please?
It was like stage whispering, right?
It
like
was
it was
emphasized.
I do have a good dexterity.
Stealth?
Yes.
I got a dirty 20.
Am I proficient in stealth? No, I am not. 14.
Cool. You can see, like, kind of as the bartender is going by, he's like, you guys are you guys looking for some sort of holy ground?
Yeah, like holy ground, holy people.
Oh, you guys look like surface dwellers. I'm not gonna lie. Big fucking whiff of mortal realm on you guys. So just as a clarification before I send you guys off to a place you don't want to be, define holy for me, if you wouldn't mind.
I just want somebody who's knowledgeable in any religion,
Uh,
good or bad.
it is at this point that you can hear from behind you. I do believe I can help. The blood red haired vampire lady
Damn it.
has stood in the center of the two of you, has made no noise while approaching you whatsoever. Not that it would be difficult, there's a lot of noise in this bar to kind of cover up stuff. But she comes over and is specifically locking eyes with you, Sybil, as if Ellie is not in the room.
Good.
And says,
Can you?
I do believe so. You're looking for someone knowledgeable of the gods?
I think we are.
Why don't you come and join us?
Okay. Come on, Ellie.
And she just kind of puts like a one hand kind of underneath your chin, Sybil, and just kind of draws you with her. And it's almost as if your feet are kind of moving on their own. Whereas, like, you've made the mental connection to go with her, but that's still not you walking. And she brings you over, sits you down next to her. Ellie, you may take a seat at the table wherever the hell you'd like.
I'm gonna take a seat closest to the door.
Cool.
Like, just whatever seat at this table.
The opposite end of me.
So, I will say that the seat closest to the door would also leave your back to the door.
Oh, I would like my back protected. I'll go beside Sybil.
Cool. So you're kind of at, like, the booth side of this table. And you're beside Sybil. And this girl goes, my coven, well, the coven that I am a part of, we're quite knowledgeable of the gods around here. Tell me, what sort of experience are you looking for?
And what, if you don't mind me asking, what gods are you knowledgeable about?
A very quick snap look in your direction, Ellie. As she just kind of... There are a lot between the layers. And snaps back over, looking at Sybil.
I think we were more interested in certain summoning spells, how they work.
Summons. Dekai. And the, actually the vampire on the farther end, it's a table of 3 of them. And a vampire on the farther end who looks bored out of his fucking mind just kind of sits back and goes, yes, I've done a couple of summons in my life. What are you looking to summon? Devils from lower circles? Or decrepit creatures from the plains around here?
We're still in the theoretical phase right now, just considering our options. was more interested in just seeing if it was possible for maybe, like, I don't know, say someone alive cast a summoning spell and targeted one of us as the recipient. Would it go through?
This I'm gonna get you to make an insight check on the next question that is asked to you.
Oh,
Can I assist?
This is
Or can I do my
specific.
own?
This is, or you can make your own as well. Yes.
natural 19 for 21.
Oh, cocked.
Okay.
15.
Elliot, you can tell that this question is asked with a different tone, for sure. Sybil, the girl looks at you and goes, "What are you?" This question changes in her tone, and she looks at you with a person who knows she's looking through an illusion. At this point, the gloves are off, and this look is going, "What is this about?"
I think I might be able to shine some light.
Does not stop you from talking, does not take her eyes off Sybil.
Somebody I know. We're looking into summoning circles linked to summoning champions of the gods.
You see, the girl kind of eases up, doesn't drop her gaze, but it's not as direct anymore. And the one described as Dekai kind of sits back and is like, "Well, you could summon a devil if you are strong enough, who could be a champion of Asmodeus himself, but you would have to be quite powerful." "Katya, what are you doing, love?" And she just kind of sits back and she goes, "Just wondering who thought they could out-glamour a vampire."
Worth a shot. It was lovely meeting you all. Have a nice night. And I'll grab Ellie by the fucking arm and drag her out of there.
Yeah, we just walk away. Yeah, this didn't fucking help anything.
You get about 10 feet from the door
Okay.
before, with a massive, like, almost gust of wind and silver light, the long silver-haired vampire kind of stands in front of the door.
Always so dramatic. That is one thing all of your kind has in common.
"What do you know of our kind?"
Enough? What does it matter what I know?
"What matters is that we sit in this bar, we get our drink, and we are left alone. Because everyone here knows who we are."
Okay, and she walked up to us.
You approached us.
Uh-huh.
We didn't bother you.
Because you're very clearly from the material plane.
Yeah,
So your
And?
interest piqued. We didn't cause that.
Correct. So our interest is piqued.
alright, and it's not consensual. Move out of the
He
fucking
looks
way!
at you with a what the fuck look that basically states, like, is this bitch faux real?
I would
Consent
like
doesn't
to,
exist
however,
for vampires.
have said that loud enough to hopefully have Arlo and Sade hear that.
Arlo and Sade, please make perception checks for me.
Of course. 15 minus 3 for a 12.
Fuck
Cool.
my life.
Alexa, are you there?
I think she might have fallen
She
asleep.
may have
I'm
genuinely
not
fallen
asleep. I am here. Ish. Hi.
Hi there. Can I get a perception check from you, please?
Yes. Please hold. Elevator music while I roll up perception check. Ba-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da. Perception. No, not what I want. This. Trash. God awful. 3.
3. Loud
Well, yeah,
sounds.
and it wasn't consensual.
Loud sounds can be heard coming from inside the bar. They are muffled. There's a lot.
Has
What
it
the
gotten
fuck?
louder since they went inside?
There are more louder noises towards the door for sure. You can't really tell what's being said, but there are more noises closer to the door.
Also, the door just got slammed shut.
Yes, it did.
It
Okay.
opened and then got slammed shut.
I
Gosh,
will.
dude,
I will
did
open
you
the
see that
door.
gust of wind? That was crazy.
I'll open the door and take a look in. Just stick my head in.
Yeah, you you open the door to find like the back of this silver-haired vampire. Kind of you remember clocking this group when you first came to Strikegeist. You're basically just getting a very thin, pale dude with a lot of hair. Behind which you can see Ellie and the disguised Sybil. And they seem to be
Bickering.
I would say. You don't think that this is a physical confrontation yet. The man looks very calm. Ellie looks very not.
I'm just gonna lay my hand on his shoulder, and I'm assuming I'm a little bit taller than him. I'm gonna look down. Do we have a problem here? It looks like my friends are trying to leave.
And,
Do we have a problem here?
you can actually see at this point that the red-haired girl, named Katya, kind of walks over. And she's still smiling, and just kind of starts kind of walking between you and this man. She goes, "There's no problem. You guys are so interesting. We just thought we'd want to have a conversation. And to turn down an offer would be, well, disrespectful."
Disrespectful is not letting us leave. When obviously that is what we would like to do.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've never really given two shits about disrespect or respect. If my friends want to go, you're gonna fucking let them go.
Respect goes both ways.
Go ahead and give an intimidation check, Josh.
Ooh, that is perfect for this. That is a 19 on the dice. Nothing added.
The man looks like he is about ready to throw you through a wall. The girl kind of walks up, places a hand on his chest. "Then you shall be allowed to go. Of course." He kind of steps to the side and allows Sybil and Ellie to leave. Currently, it is the three of you that can be seen by this group, correct?
Yes.
Sade is still outside.
Mm-hmm.
Sade thought it was a gust of wind.
What the fuck?
I'm
Just-
also bringing my drink with me.
You bring
Fuck
your
this
I'm-
place.
drink with
I'm
you.
not.
I am going to need wisdom saving throws from the three of you.
Is
18 minus 3.
this against a disease or being poisoned?
It is not.
Fuck, I fail.
17.
17. You said
5.
Arlo, yours was 15 then altogether?
Yeah.
Talk shit,
okay.
get hit.
Yeah, sounds good. You guys are allowed to leave.
I'll just open the door. Ladies,
Oh, what was this? So I got 5 and I'm just allowed to leave? Fuck.
As we walk through the door, I will drop the illusion.
I do not allow my back to them. I walk out facing them.
100%. It makes sense. You drop your illusion, and there is a look of recognition from Katya. As if she's seen you before, and now things are starting to make sense.
Guys, that was a fucking bust.
You didn't even know why we were here.
I came for a purpose. I don't know why the armorer sent us here. I can't... guys, I can't feel my fucking toes.
One thing I can tell you is if we do fight those fucking vampires, they're going to bite our throats out.
Nah. We're gonna fucking kill them.
maybe let's take a little bit further of a step away from the door before we threaten the undead's lives. Save it for the tournament and all.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys make your way back to the armory's place, or is there any other place you would like to go before the end of the day?
Could we just wander and try to find a semblance of a chapel or even library, maybe?
Oh yeah, books! Where are the books?
Give me a group investigation check. I will
I'm good at
average
that.
your scores.
14.
14. Sybil?
Nat 1.
Cool.
Very nice.
I thought somebody
14.
might fail. So in total, I got a 28 using a racial feat I have.
Okay. And Sade?
I thought I wasn't here. What happened? What did I miss? What?
We've left now. We're walking.
When did you guys leave?
We just left.
Like a long
I've been
time
listening
ago.
the whole time.
They left the bar and they were talking about going and trying to find a
Library.
like a library or some place that may just have like written information.
Got it. Okay, I got a 10.
Okay. So, for a group investigation averaging out to a 12.
You fuckers.
I rolled a nat 1, sue me.
And I got a 28. I was
Well?
hoping that would even it out. You little shits. Give me my books.
Absolutely are not able to find any sort of place that would have the knowledge that these vampires also wouldn't have. Like, these are knowledge on the hells, the demons, or not demons, but devils, that kind of thing.
Picture this to just be Ellie's going like, okay, let's go down this way, and everybody else is like, no, we've already been down that way. And it's just constant that.
Yeah.
The red sun kind of begins to fade in the background, giving way to darkness as you guys make your way to the armory's house. And let's go ahead and get perception checks from everyone.
13.
Also 13.
Nat 20 minus 3 for a 17.
Dirty 20.
You guys are kind of grumbling about not the greatest day in Strike Geist that you've had so far. And as the sun sets over the horizon and darkness fully gives way to the city, Arlo and Sybil are able to make out in the distance, up where this big gate is, kind of at the top of the town. The gate seems to spark. And you can hear a commotion happening up front. It sparks again. It sparks bigger and louder. And shadows seem to pour out. Silhouettes of creatures from the gate. There are shouts, screams, and Sybil, you are able to see details of claws. They seem to move on all fours. They seem to move in a chaotic fashion. And there is... Well, I'll say this. You are either able to make a second perception check to discern what these things are as they get closer to you, or you can get away from it. If you take the time to look at what they are, whatever this horde is will interact with you.
I will book it and try to shout to the others to do the same.
We gotta go right now.
What the fuck?
I-
What? Why?
I run.
Why?
I run.
You are still a couple of... Well, like a couple 100 feet from the Armory's house. So you can either try and book it to the Armory's house itself, duck into an alley, or have any other sort of escape route. What is your drink of choice?
I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself and try to make it to the armory.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm just gonna sprint to the armory.
To the armory.
So what are all of your speeds currently?
Not fast
30
enough.
feet.
30
Got a
feet.
30 feet, got a 30 feet. Ellie, 30 feet?
I thought preparing this spell was going to be useless today, but I'm also going to expeditious retreat.
So the both of you are up to 40 at this point, right?
We can bonus action dash.
The both
So we
of
can
you
use our
can?
action.
Oh,
Yeah.
because of Expeditious Retreat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can use our bonus action and action to dash, which would put us at,
Yeah,
what,
my
90
walking
feet?
is 30, so it'd be 90 feet.
yeah.
Well, does Expeditious Retreat also not increase your speed by 10 feet?
No.
That's
I
long
don't
strider.
think- Yeah.
So, okay, Long Strider, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so you can do action, bonus action, and normal movement for 90 feet per round.
Yes.
And Ellie just thinks about how nice it'd be if she had those fucking wings.
Sade and Arlo, on the other hand, cannot bonus action dash,
Nope.
and therefore can only go 60 feet in a round. So,
Yo.
Sybil and Ellie, you take off.
I don't know what I'm running from.
There's a good while where Arlo and Sade look like they may not make it before the horde reaches up, and there is now a sizable gap of a difference between Ellie and Sybil and Sade and Arlo. To which I assume that a 9 does not hit Ellie.
Yep.
Does a 17 hit Sybil?
That's my AC.
So it's not a lot of actual damage, I don't think. Let me take a look.
Wait, something's hitting us?
Oh, it's only 106 points.
Oh. Sorry. Completely did that wrong. I need strength saving throws from both of you.
Is this against a disease or being poisoned?
No. No, babe, it ain't.
What'd you get? I got 7.
I got 3!
We expeditiously got ourselves fucked.
Yeah, how'd this happen?
We'll find out.
As you kind of pass by an alleyway, kind of keeping out of the center of the area on the side of the street where the armory's house is, 2 lightning lures come out of one of the alleys and rip you into the alleyway.
I just yell, "Fuck off!"
So, it is, well, no, actually, because they would be higher level, right? So I would have to see what that does to a lightning lure. Okay, so I need to remember 5, 11, and 17. Because that's when the thing happens. So let's take a look at your CR. Okay. So I will just add those up for a total of 11 points of lightning damage on to Ellie. Okay. Sure. And 12 to Sybil. You get kind of ripped into this, and I believe, Sybil, you are one of the people, you are the only person actually now left in the party that has dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
You look into the eyes of the girl you saw earlier.
Oh, fuck off.
Though you cannot see the colors of her blood red hair, that face is unmistakable. She goes, "You seem to be in a terrible situation. Not with them, but with us."
Oh no. Now's not really a good time.
Oh, apologies. We really should have picked a better time. Except for the fact that, you see, we're
Can I
the
cast a
ones
spell?
who answer to.
Can I cast
I
a
don't
spell?
answer to anyone.
You can try. You can certainly
I would like to
try.
cast Fairy Fire.
You do so. You move your hands, and the verbal and somatic components kind of flare
No, it's
out.
just verbal.
It's just
It's
verbal?
just verbal.
The verbal
Yeah.
somatics kind of flare out. The fairy fire extends, and you hear a snap of the fingers, and it twinkles out.
Motherfucker counterspelled me.
She goes, "Oh, you guys do not understand who at this point you're messing with. So,
You approached us. We didn't choose to mess with someone.
and you
Maybe
chose to
I...
disrespect. And you don't disrespect this coven."
How about we shed some light on the situation? How did we disrespect? Exactly. So so that
Sybil,
know
does
for
a
in the
27
future.
hit your armor class?
Yeah.
Arlo!
I'm running.
Sade! We need some fucking help!
Trying my best.
Can you run
So that is going
faster,
to be-
please?
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Are you still standing?
Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be a 24 to hit. I assume that hits.
Mhm.
For... Oh, same... Yeah, 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm not standing.
She just kind of comes back and bangs your head off the wall behind. And seeing you still twitch, just kind of throws you to the side, and the resulting impact on the ground knocks you unconscious. She goes, "Now, that conversation?"
So yeah.
And that is where we're going to go ahead and end today's episode.
I'm gonna rip these bitches in half.
Not CR13
I'm gonna get there
creatures, you're not.
eventually.
God damn it.
That was, by the way, and I'm just going to kind of give you guys this one. That was their unarmed strike.
Love that.
Ellie, no, actually, Danny, I fully blame you for this one.
I do greatly apologize. This
Your
was
character
my
is
fault.
not the one that's unconscious.
Yeah. This whole episode was just me trying to find answers and then getting confused at the answers, so going to other people to ask. And then here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Curiosity killed the Sybil.
Hey, Sybil's not dead.
I can heal you, but it won't do much if that was their unarmed.
Ellie,
I
swear
think you just
God.
need to play nice and grovel a little bit.
Yeah, this is coming down to Ellie's communicating skills.
I'm pretty sure they just knocked her unconscious. She's not going to be making death saves.
I think I could potentially get us out of this.
Yeah, be
I
humble.
don't think you can.
I think I maybe could.
Because there ain't no fighting our way out of this one.
There is a chance to course correct. Course correct if you come correct.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, a lovely time playing D&D with my friends.
My wife!
And
My wife,
bashing-
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Take me back.
bashing someone's face against the fucking wall. It's always good.
I feel like I was barely there, but thank you all for understanding.
So, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like the content that you're seeing, go ahead and hit the follow button. If you guys are watching this on Twitch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to turn on notifications so that you know when we post videos and when we go live. And come over to the Twitch and drop the follow so that you can watch these games live. But that will be all for us tonight. So, join us again by the firelight.